Just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Martin Truex Jr. At least I was saying, hey, yeah, he can probably cruise to the round of 8. Not so fast. After a couple of lackluster finishes, Martin Truex Jr. finds himself below the cut line, and he realizes he's in a world of hurt.
Anything can happen in these races, and today's a perfect example of that. No matter how good you are or what you do right, something like that can happen. And, you know, with your whole season on the line, it's a real shame.
-7, Alexis Erickson. Nobody saw this coming. I know they talked about it a lot yesterday on the broadcast. There's been a lot of internet chatter. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you that Martin Truex Jr. does not make the next round?
Gosh, that's a really good question because, you know, there's so many variables that go into racing at Bristol. Like, you know, I'd like to say that I'm confident that him and his team can do well. You know, over the past few years, he's become known as a better short track racer, but Bristol specifically, his record is a bit spotty. He had a really good run there. I think it was the fall of 2021 where he won the pole and finished in the top 10. But other than that, he hasn't really had a whole lot of top 10, top 5s to speak of. So, you know, I'm not super confident. I would say, because I don't really want to commit, and I'm allowed to do this because you gave me the opportunity, I'm going to give it a 5, which is like 50-50, you know?
Okay. Kyle?
I love that. Listen, I think the playoff grid for going into the next round was set yesterday. I don't think any of these guys are going to jump in.
So nobody in the bottom 4.
Listen,
Truex, Bubba,
lost,
Ricky, Michael.
Truex lost 32 points yesterday.
Amazing.
Okay. Bubba lost 18. Okay. Lost 18. If we look at Stenhouse, he lost 18 as you go down. And this is where they're at. I'm just talking about what they lost on the day. And as you look at that, I don't see anybody, as I looked at it this morning, that made up 32 points yesterday. I didn't see anybody in the field that made up 18 points in the field. You know, so my point is the way this system, and we talk about it all the time here, we talk about it everywhere. It's so easy to lose points and so hard to gain points. You know, the only one, if I'm going to jump on Alexis's boat here and give Truex the glimmer of hope and not commit, then I would say 7 is doable.
That is so
18
unlike you to give the glimmer of hope.
I know.
Hey, I know it is. I know. I don't think 18's doable. I don't think 18's doable. So I think I'm going to go with the field was set yesterday at Kansas. They could just skip this round.
All right, Brad Gillie, Kyle Petty is putting a candle in the window here for Martin Truex Jr. as we go to Bristol, where he's been, 4 top 10s. His average finish is 20.8. What are you thinking about?
Well, here's what I'm thinking about. First of all, for Martin Truex Jr., again, 4 top 10s, 2 top 5s. To Alexis' point, 2 years ago, he finished in the top 10. That was 7. He actually didn't win the pole that weekend because that one was set by the metric because qualifying didn't happen. You have to go back to 2017 to find his most previous top 10 finish before that. And what's so strange is this is actually the track where Truex Jr. got his first career NASCAR win back when he was driving for Dale Jr. at Chance 2 in the Xfinity Series. But it's not just -7 points. It's -7 points to 3-time Bristol winner Kevin Harvick. It's -13 points to 2-time Bristol winner Joey Logano. It's -13 points to Christopher Bell. -13 to last year's winner Chris Buescher. It's not just making up points. You have to make up points on people who are really good at Bristol Motor Speedway when you're not. Martin Truex Jr. is going to have to hope that a couple of people have a day like he had yesterday at Kansas Speedway if he's going to be able to race his way through.
That's
One to 10.
That's why I like Brad Gillie. I give him a kernel, and he writes an epic novel right there. Great analysis.
Thank you, Kyle.
All right.